everybody, and welcome to Stellos Stadium in Nashua. It is the Battle of the Bridge boys and girls lacrosse version here in 2018. The spring sports schedule is underway. John Collins along with Tom King. We went right from winter to summer, Tom. It was about mid-40s. Now it's mid-80s.
Yeah,
you must be liking this, though.
Before you know, it'll be it's too much too soon. Before you know, it'll be mid-40s again. You never know.
It's tough for the players probably to jump right into this mid-80s weather. It's a 5 p.m. start. If you're watching on Thursday, May 3rd, we're live here on 2018 Battle of the Bridge. The girls lacrosse game, South versus North, will be followed by the boys lacrosse game, also South versus North. Two teams that girls teams have been struggling a little bit.
Well, I mean, they've gotten their share of wins. I mean, South is 3-6, North is 3-5. This should be a very competitive game. You know, and I think the goaltending for both teams, it may come down to that, John, because they're both able to score. It all depends. Now, remember, John, in lacrosse, the key for both boys and girls, because we've got the boys game after, the key is ground ball pickups. You know, because that's basically
huge.
a 50-50 ball.
Yep.
So the key is ground ball pickups, and it's all possession. Possession in lacrosse is 9/10 of the law, all right? Almost 10/10 of it, because, you know, teams will get the ball off a draw, and they'll try to hold on to possession. And in girls, running time, 25-minute halves.
North in the white jerseys to the screen to your right. Zoe Villabrown is the goaltender for North, a senior graduating this spring, 2018. And over in the Nashua South goal to the screen on your left will be goaltender Abby Rowe. First shot of the game is our first goal of the game, I believe. As we wait the goal scorer here, it's only 21 seconds into running time. 2 25-minute halves in girls lacrosse in running time. And South went right down the field and scored the first goal of the game. South, for the scoreboard purposes today, will be listed as the visitors, although this is very much a home game for both teams. So the Purple Panthers jump out on top 1-0. Just one glance away from the field, and they put the ball in the net. So that's how quickly the scoring can happen here in girls and boys lacrosse. In front, in the high slot, Elizabeth Harrington, the junior, number 10. Passes to her right to Callie Goulet. Callie Goulet being backed away by the Titans' defense. A high stick held by number 9 for the Titans. Lillian Brooks on defense here near to the right side. Now trying to go right down the middle, Elizabeth Harrington. Try to dump it in front of Zoe Villabrown, but the Titans defense scooped it up. And a whistle stops play. Not quite running time, as we've seen the clock frozen at 23:53. Substitution now for South. Each team's got about 15 players in uniform. Off the field comes number 8, Emily Colburn, and onto the field, number 11, Paige Garland. Class of 2020. Near side, Campbell Holler for the Titans tried a centering pass to get the ball out of the defensive zone for the first time, and the Titans do. Number 22 is Kylie O'Brien, maintaining possession for about a good 40-yard run here. Kylie O'Brien trying to cut back to the middle, now back out to the outside. She finds teammate Campbell Holler, number 15, and going right down the middle. Campbell has the ball knocked off of her stick, but there might have been a violation there by the Panther defense that's going to set up Campbell in very good position. Only 10 yards away from Abby Rowe. And play resumes, and we have an equalizer. Right down the middle comes Campbell Holler, and she throws it, looked like over the right shoulder of Abby Rowe, who didn't have much of a chance after the defensive infraction there. Set up Campbell right in front, just 10 yards away. Took about a 2-3 yard running start and put it past the Panther goaltenders. So in the very first minute of the game, the two teams trade goals. It's 1-1. After the very cold start to the spring season we had for all sports, cold and wet, today was sort of like a blast furnace. It was really hot out. We had a shower midday that cooled things off a little bit. No sign of any wetness down on the field, although there's a film of a puddle up in the stands. You look around enough. There's a sprint right down the middle of the field for the Titans. Kaylee Hubbard, before she's repelled by a double team of defenders and goes off to the right. She nearly got a shot away right off of the faceoff following the Titans' equalizer goal. Out of her net, Abby Rowe goes and gets it. Kind of a difficult pass there is completed about 20 yards, maybe 25 yards when you account for the diagonal. And a whistle will allow Emma Puccillo to come out of her own zone and throw it up into the offensive zone. With it, number 8, Emily Colburn. An attacker and a midfielder, both for the Panthers. Behind the net it goes. Number 20 is Kirsten McIntyre, also class of 2020. Trying to set up and find an opening. She might want to go for the wraparound, but sending her back around the net from where she came and then trying to wrap it around the goaltender Zoe Philibrown. Looked like she missed to the wide side. Teammate, number 7, Laura Galvez-Lovo, was there to pick up the loose ball. Panthers looking to retake the lead here. They scored 21 seconds into the game. That was answered back about 30 seconds later by the Titans. 1-1 game now as the Panthers trying to set up a goal-scoring chance. Around from behind the net. Nice pass in front. No, she took it back, actually. It was a fake pass more than anything by Laura Galvez-Lovo, and she gives it up. Up top, 20 yards out from the goal. Trying to drop it inside, and it's a clean pick. An interception by the Titans defender, number 1 on the play, Danielle Upton. That talented Upton family. Danielle no longer out there with her sister. I think we watched them operate together as late as last season. Danielle Upton with a nice play, set up a possible scoring chance here for the Titans in a 1-1 contest. No body checking is allowed in girls lacrosse, and I think that was what the violation you saw there was whistled. And another great opportunity for the Titans to score off of the resumption in play here. Right now we have a timeout for, look like Danielle Upton tying her shoe in the middle of the field. And once she's done, we'll be able to whistle the ball back into play. 20 minutes and 38 seconds to go first half. The Titans have a great chance here to take a 2-1 lead. Double team, they're going to let that body contact go. Knock the ball loose. Kylie O'Brien, I believe, was the player that had the chance. She got bumped from behind by one of the Panther defenders, and now it's the South team that's on the attack. Sprinting downfield. Number 3 is Callie Goulet. Callie getting close. Forced wide, and behind the goal she goes. Number 17 for the Titans is Hannah Fortin. And out in front it goes. Collision between two players there. Seem to have an equal chance at the ball, and the officials decide to give it to the defense. Trying to come out of their own zone. Missed pass is going to end up in a Panther player's possession. Circling with it, Tara Saliani, number 23, coming back to one of the defenders. And up ahead it goes. That was Isabella Bolduck that passed it to the midfielder for South, who's trying to get it down to her teammates. We'll resume play. Pass from number 12, Emma Puccillo. Change of direction. Loose ball scooped up. That's number 13 for South, Sarah Signorello. One of the few players on the field wearing a helmet. Perhaps something to do with a pre-existing injury for Sarah. Most of the players, as you can see, helmetless. That will not be true in the boys' game, where they wear padding and helmets and body contact is allowed. There's a collected pass, and somehow Sarah shot it wide to the right. Looked like it was a slam dunk in the making, and instead South still seeking that go-ahead goal in a 1-1 game. 15 yards away from the net. Change of direction by number 20, Kirsten McIntyre. Steal by the Titans. They've done that a couple of times now, where the Panthers were in prime goal-scoring position, and the Titans defense takes it away and turns it into some offense. Sprinting downfield. Julia Gagnon, number 8, pass it off to the right side. Trying to track it down is Kylie Bronius, and she does. Up top, Campbell Holler for the Titans. Campbell has the lone goal for North. We missed who scored for South 21 seconds into the game. Campbell Holler has it, going right down the middle, and she draws the foul. Just 5 yards away from goaltender Abigail Rowe. Let's see where the official sets up Campbell. It's going to be number 15 for the Titans. Campbell Holler shoots and scores. She's got 2. Campbell Holler, second goal of the game. This one coming about 8 minutes into the contest, just under 8 minutes with 17:18 remaining. And Campbell Holler's show here at Stellos on a Thursday, May 3rd, puts her team up by a score of 2-1. Taking a look at the games that have been played to date. North has scored as many as 16 goals. That was at Keene in a win. They also scored 17 twice, 3 times, against Salem, Dover, and Central. So this can be a high-scoring Titans team. On paper, this looked like a pretty even matchup. We'll see if that is true as it plays out. So South, who jumped out to a 1-0 lead, now just trying to get that equalizer. With it, number 8 is Julia Gagnon. She's forced wide to the right as she looks for a teammate. Passes it back to number 10, Kaylee Hubbard, getting close. Good defense, though, and we have a whistle. Pair of 10s going at it there. Kaylee Hubbard for the Titans on defense it was, and on offense was Elizabeth Harrington with the ball. Kaylee got called for the foul. Now Elizabeth Harrington, shot and a save. It bounces up in the air. Zoe Philibrand appeared to get a piece of it. It bounced straight up. Now the Titans trying to come up with a loose ball in their defensive zone, and it's going to be a penalty called or an infraction called against North, the defenders. Still great field position for South. This is Paige Garland with it. She's going to step behind the goal and hand it off to Kirsten McIntyre. Kirsten has set up camp behind the goal for most of this early first half. 16 minutes left in it. South with a great chance to get the second goal here. The shot goes wide to the left, near side miss. Kirsten McIntyre with the shot. It's tracked down by her teammate, Laura Galvez-Lovo. Comes out from behind the goal, fakes left, goes right, and now hands it off to Kirsten McIntyre. Kirsten with that good height could go right over the top if she could get close enough, but the Titans defenders will not let her. Kirsten McIntyre to her right, shoots and misses again to the left. A little bit more accuracy for the Panthers, number 20, Kirsten McIntyre, and she could have had a hat trick at this point in the game. She has gotten herself in scoring position at least 3 times, and Zoe Philibrand has a couple of saves, but for the most part, inaccurate shooting by the Panthers. The story of the game, a 2-1 score in favor of the Titans. Panthers continuing to press, keeping the pressure on. Circling is number 5, Emma Murphy, as she makes it all the way out to about 25 yards away from the goal. Going to be playing catch with Elizabeth Harrington, number 10. Back to Emma Murphy. Runs into the defender. They're going to call it body contact, or they're going to say Emma initiated the contact. They're going to call it on the defense. Defensive foul there. So Emma Murphy with a clear look toward the goal from 15 yards out. Steps up and decides better of it, as in her path was number 17, Hannah Fortin. Forced wide, Emma Murphy. Now picking up the defense is the Titans' number 10, Kaylee Hubbard. Murphy hands it to McIntyre. Now she gets it right over the shoulders of Zoe Philibrand, and the fourth time a charm there for Kirsten McIntyre. She gets the second goal of the game for Nashua South. Relentless pressure there. The Titans tried their best to stop the Panthers with that, what it looked like a power play possession that you might see in hockey. It is NHL playoff season, and we're all seeing our share of power plays, and that's what that looked like. Panthers with relentless pressure finally get that second goal to even up the game at 2. 14 minutes, 2 seconds left to go, first half. South has, see how many goals they've scored so far in a game this season. They put up a dozen in their game on earlier this week, May 1st against Central here at Stellos. 12-8 they defeated the Little Green. And they've also scored 10 goals in a win against Concord. So South can put up some goals as well. The Titans with a nice job on the face-off. The draw at center of the field. It was a leaping grab by Danielle Upton. Again, the good hand-eye coordination by Danielle. She hands it off to number 15, Campbell Holler, who's bound to get a hat trick today, the way she has started out with 2 goals for number 15 in the white jersey, navy numerals for the Titans. But that was a takeaway by the Panthers, and Kirsten McIntyre also a candidate for a hat trick the way this one started out. She passes it. Sarah Signorello is going to put the brakes on as Danielle Upton catches up to her. McIntyre thinking about a long distance shot from 10 yards out, backs away. Hannah Fortin marking her. No easy path to the net right now for McIntyre. She's going to go to her right, kind of shielding the ball with her body from Hannah Fortin, now forced to back it out again to 12 yards away from the goal. Up top it goes. South's number 10 is Elizabeth Harrington. Loose ball on the ground. Elizabeth recovers, trying to take it away from a triple team now, collects it. A whistle. Number 9 for the Titans, Lillian Brooks, the freshman, making life difficult for South, and they do take it away. Downfield comes North. Campbell Holler hands it off in the middle. Number 17 is Hannah Fortin to her right. Number 1 for the Titans, Danielle Upton. Going right to left, in front. Gets the shot away, turned more into a pass there by number 8 for North, Julia Gagnon. Behind the goal was Kylie Bronius, number 11, who collects the loose ball. Scoring opportunity for the Titans. Could have broken this 2-2 tie. Reset. Number 8 for North, Julia Gagnon. Dozen yards away from Abby Rowe, but right dead center. The shot saved by Abby Rowe. Very sure-handed, but the pass is intercepted cleanly by the Titans. Number 15, Campbell Holler. 2 goals and 1 fine defensive play right there as Holler forced to her left, cuts back to the right. A little bit of a shove by Sarah Signorello. Danielle Upton with a spin move, gets in close, shoots and scores. Danielle Upton, a 3-2 lead for the Titans. Nicely done by the senior attacker for the Titans to give them the lead back, 3-2. Hard-fought first half of play here. Just under 11 minutes left to go in it. We played 14 minutes of a 25-minute half, and it is hard to predict who may come out on top in this. Much needed water break here at Stellos Stadium as both teams come to the sidelines. It's a steamy one, even though it was a 5 o'clock start. Kind of a hazy layer of clouds over Stellos Stadium right now, helping us to see the field. Frankly, when it's bright sunshine, a cloudless evening, it's tough at this time of evening, at this time of year, to see from the Stellos Stadium press box. As much as we like it, we have taken our act across the field. Tim O'Neill is our cameraman, and at times Tim has set up in the visitors' stands here to give us a better perspective in the late evening. It gets lighter later at this time of year, of course, only about a month away. Summer solstice, June 21 or so, when the day is the longest. And we have done entire 5 o'clock games in sunlight in the spring sports season. So it's a 3-2 lead for the Titans with 10:59 to go in the first half. John Collins along with Tom King, our executive producer of NashuaETV. Pete Johnson was here also at the start of this one. Girls Lacrosse 2018, halfway through the season. Both teams with a trio of wins, but they've lost more games than they've won at this point in the season. Heading into the week here in Girls Lacrosse Division I in New Hampshire, the top school undefeated Souhegan, last year's state champion, is again the favorite to repeat this year with a record of 10-0. Right behind them, though, Pinkerton, 9-0. Pinkerton just took on Nashua North on Tuesday on May 1st, and that was a trouncing. The Astros at home in Derry defeated the Titans 17-4, so that's part of Pinkerton's 9-0 record. Right behind them is perennial sports power Bedford, 6-1. Merrimack is 5-2. BG having a good season. The girls lacrosse team is 6-3. Exeter 6-3, and then we get to Nashua North at 4-5 entering tonight's game. South is ninth in the standings, 2 positions behind North. North in 7th place. South has a record of 3-5 entering this one. In between them, Londonderry at 4-5. There are 14 teams altogether in New Hampshire Girls Lacrosse Division I. Unfortunately, Salem struggling. They are winless so far on the season at 0-6. So we had our first timeout and water break for both teams. The draw will be at midfield. The Titans with the lead, 3-2. Of course, the Titans, as we said, in the goal to your right as you watch the screen here on NashuaETV, and going to have a redraw, or was it a violation committed by the Titans on the face-off? So they'll award possession to South. Elizabeth Harrington with it, being forced wide to the far side. Kirsten McIntyre receives the pass, always a good choice, a threat to score. Kirsten being bothered over there by number 11 on defense, Kylie Bronius. Hands it back, Sarah Signorello passed it off, and Kirsten McIntyre somehow got stopped by Zoe Philibrown. A fine save. There was nobody between Kirsten and Zoe there, and the North goaltender stopped the shot. So behind the net, Signorello got her own deflection and trying to set up another goal, which would be an equalizer. South trailing 3-2. 10 minutes to go, first half. Neither team seems all that bothered by the heat. Moving well. 15 minutes into this one. Circling the goal, trying to find an open teammate. She does, but the bouncer goes wide. Great setup there by South's number 8, Emily Colburn. But the shot went wide to the right. And again, Zoe Philibrown might have got a piece of that. North back on the attack, has it taken away. South's number 7 hustling back. Laura Galvez-Lovo with the defensive play. Double team, loose ball scooped up by the Panthers. And now a loose ball win for North. Sprinting downfield, Hannah Fortin goes wide to the right. All the way around the net she goes. Fierce defensive work being done by South's Olivia Kingston, number 18. Olivia nearly tracked down the loose ball. Actually, that's number 22 for South. Joining in the defensive effort, Isabella Bolduck. Fortin charging toward the net. Breaks to her right. A difficult shot, kind of falling away to the right, trying to shoot back to the left and misses wide to the right. Looked like a shortstop throwing to first base from the hole in the infield with that one. It was possible, but just missed off to the right. A reset. Danielle Upton runs into a double team literally, and we're going to see a whistle against South's defense. Nobody between Danielle Upton and goaltender Abigail Rowe, as you can see, as North looks for their 4th goal of the game, trying to take a 2-goal lead and choosing not to shoot it. Danielle Upton passed it behind the net. Centering pass stolen by South's defense. Good defensive play by the Purple as they charge down the field. Momentary bobble collected. All kinds of open territory for the Panthers as they go on the attack. Laura Galvez-Lovo tracks down the loose ball. Gaining ground that time was number 12, Emma Pusillo. Lovo comes charging out of the corner with it. Some stick work, knocks the ball loose, and that is whistled. Defense gets called for a violation, and Laura Galvez-Lovo's hustle is rewarded. It is just like a penalty shot at an angle here for the Panthers. And the shot is up in the left corner, beautifully done by LGL Laura Galvez-Lovo. Beats Zoe Philibrand to the top right corner of the goal as the goaltender faces the shooter. Laura goes up top left as she looks at it, and the effect is to tie the game at 3. Great transition by South with the defensive play in their own end, where North had a great chance to go up 4-2. Charging downfield, carrying much of the load for South was number 12, and Emma Pusillo setting up Laura Galvez-Lovo, who forced the penalty shot basically and scored the 3rd goal. So we're tied at 3. Here's Emma Pusillo again being forced into the corner, and Kirsten McIntyre, always a threat to score as she comes out, looks for a wraparound, spin move, gets backed out now. Number 10, good defense by Kaylee Hubbard, forcing the dangerous attacker Kirsten McIntyre to give up possession. Signorello has it as she hands it back. Emily Colburn circling to the right, hands it off to Lovo. Kind of cycling here. The Panthers run into some players. They are going to whistle the contact, and this is going to set up the Panthers in great position. Almost dead center, 10 yards out. Zoe Philibrand awaiting what no doubt will be a shot right off the resumption of the whistle. Instead, choosing not to shoot it was the Panthers' Hannah Dumaine, number 16. Behind the net it goes. Interesting that the respect for Zoe Philibrand's goaltending abilities and what you would think a shooter would take a shot in that position 9 out of 10 times. Instead now South struggling to get back to where they were. In close, whistle just before the shot. This might go against South. Nope, it was against the defense once again. Setting up. Callie Goulet has it 9 yards away from Zoe Philibrand and shoots and scores. Well placed bounce shot to the left inside the post. Callie Goulet with a goal, and South has the lead 4-3. So it's a seesaw battle with 5:25 to go in the first half. Both teams have had their shares of the lead so far in the Battle of the Bridge 2018. Nashua South versus North Girls Lacrosse. The boys game will be up next. And we Had a brief timeout for another loose shoelace. If you're watching on a Thursday, May 3rd, we are live. We're scheduled to do the boys baseball game tomorrow night at Holman Stadium, weather permitting. Good face-off win for the Titans as they try to even things up. Charging down the field, will they get a shot away? Not before a whistle. And what looks like great field position for an equalizer goal for Julia Gagnon. Standing about a dozen yards dead center in front of Abby Rowe. Bounce shot, goal. Julia Gagnon puts it past Abby Rowe, and with exactly 5 minutes to go first half, we have an even Steven game once again, 4-4. You get the feeling this is going to come down to the final minute at this rate, but there's a lot of lacrosse still to be played. A full 30 minutes to be exact. The draw at center field will be between Sarah Signorello and, see for the Titans, number 15, Campbell Holler. He's got a couple of goals in this one. A whistle on the draw. If we're going to have a redo or an infraction against one of the players, which would mean possession for, no, we're going to have a redo. The draw right at the 50-yard line. The goals in girls lacrosse right on the goal lines in football, so it's easy to gauge distance from up here. So we're dead center. Tim O'Neill's camera for NashuaETV right at midfield here in the Stellos press box. Loose ball battle, always important off the opening, after the 50-yard line draw. Daniel Upton trying to elude a double team, gets knocked down and wins a free throw from 65 yards away from the Nashua South goal. She'll drop it back, and sprinting to her right, Lauren Schalk, number 4. Long run for Lauren, but she's gaining ground as she makes it deeper into South territory. Lauren switching sides now. She carries it to her left, trying to shield the ball. Good ground gain there by South. And sprinting through some defenders, Elizabeth Harrington, actually number 10 for North is Kaylee Hubbard, will be setting up shop about 12 yards away. Let's see if she elects to take a couple steps and shoot it. Certainly worked for Julia Gagnon a moment ago. That one just over the goal, it appeared. And it was a clean save by Abigail Rowe. Nicely done by the South goaltender. It happened so quickly and from such tight quarters in deep that it was hard to see that she just picked that out of the air. Well done. Reset. South has it. Callie Goulet from the 40-yard line. Almost unmarked. Oh, I took a stick there, inadvertent, around the face area. That's going to be a yellow card. No intent there whatsoever for Kylie Bronius, but have to be responsible for your stick, and so she got yellow carded, and she'll have to go to the sideline. So the Titans momentarily shorthanded. And South in the purple uniforms have the next best chance to break a 4-4 tie. Whistle. South is going to be able to set up here at the 10-yard line. Number 5, Emma Murphy, circles. Good defense by the Titans. They have circled the wagons to keep South at bay here, but Kirsten McIntyre so tough to keep away. Laura Galvez-Lovo's shot misses. Looked like she might have missed to the right or over the top of the cage on a nice pass from Kirsten McIntyre. 2:10 to go in the first half. Zoe Philibrand coming out of her net a little bit to cut down the angle. Galvez-Lovo with a charge and scores! Laura Galvez-Lovo again goes top shelf to the left side, just under the crossbar and inside the left post. And she gives the Panthers a 5-4 lead. So the penalty for the high stick in the face haunts North a bit there as the Panthers capitalize and take a lead as we are just under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Draw at the 50-yard line coming up. North has shown an ability to just steal this draw and go right down the field with it. It's been one of their best offensive strategies. Let's see if they can do it here. Campbell Haller indeed wins the draw. Downfield comes Kaylee Hubbard. They back it out. Look out from backside. Daniel Upton just got rid of it in time. Kaylee Hubbard sprinting away from a couple of defenders. Spin move, stumbles a bit, and draws the foul. Just 10 yards away from Abigail Rowe. Excellent effort there by Kaylee Hubbard to set herself up for a potential tying goal here. The Titans trail 5-4 with a minute and a half to go. That whistled before she got the shot away, and not sure what the infraction was there. But it goes against North. Sarah Signorello showing off that sprinter speed as she gets downfield in a hurry. Just 10 yards away, inside to Kirsten McIntyre. Thought she might try a twisting over the shoulder shot there. McIntyre setting up. Gets it inside and a goal. Laura Galvez-Lovo and Kirsten McIntyre, a deadly duo on offense here for the Panthers as they've given their team a 6-4 lead with 1:03 left in the first half. Somehow the Titans will have to regroup and talk about how to stop those two players specifically, Kirsten McIntyre and Laura Galvez-Lovo, who has a hat trick now, 3 goals in the game in rapid succession, later stages of the first half. A 6-4 lead for South. They went the distance quickly and were able to get a 2-goal lead. Back off to the races, Sarah Signorello, who did a great job setting up Kirsten McIntyre last time. Same formula, same success, 7-4. Sarah Signorello to Kirsten McIntyre. Had she needed Laura Galvez-Lovo, she was lurking, but that time the tallest player on the field went right over the top of everybody. And just 10 seconds after the faceoff at midfield, Panthers have yet another goal. They put up 7 here in the first half and are threatening to keep North at a distance through the rest of this one unless North can come up with some kind of a flurry of goals of their own in the second half that is fast approaching. At midfield, Danielle Upton will take the draw this time against Sarah Signorello. Loose ball won by the Panthers. Still time left here to potentially double up on North. They're already up 7-4. We got a yellow card, and it's again against North. So the second yellow card of the game against the Titans. Coming off the field is Campbell Haller, the best goal scorer so far in this game for North, has to come off the pitch. And now the Panthers have a great chance to go up by 4 goals here with a half a minute to go in the first half. Loose ball scooped up twice or 3 times by the Panthers. North passing on an opportunity there to maybe intercept that loose ball. Some stick work is whistled there on the part of the Titans defense, and Laura Galvez-Lovo will be setting up about 12 yards away from the goal to the right as she goes behind the net. Kirsten McIntyre with it. Coming out in front, shoots it just wide to the right. 20 seconds to go in the first half. Clock momentarily stops, so the Panthers have another opportunity to set up a last-second goal here. Loose ball and a big interception there for the Titans. They did not want to give up another goal, especially with about 10 seconds to go. Clock is running down, 5 seconds, and intercepted with the ball, number 13, Teresa Ellison, with the final touch as the buzzer sounds at the end of the first half. So a great first half for the team in purple. Nashua South with a 7-4 lead. We'll have a 7-minute intermission, and we'll be back with second half action here on NashuaETV.
Are your children in the right car seat for their age and size? Is the seat supposed to be forward-facing or rear-facing? Did they move to a booster seat too soon? It may be too late to check when you're on the road. Fortunately, you're on the couch. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Don't think you know. Know you know.
Welcome back, everybody, to Stellos Stadium. Battle of the Bridge 2018 Spring Sports. We've got a girls and boys lacrosse double header. And this one started off with some fierce competition. Pretty much a seesaw battle with the teams trading leads until near the end of the first half when South started to pull away, Tom. Kirsten McIntyre and Laura Galvez-Lovo are some great offensive players that the Titans are going to have to figure out how to stop.
Well, they are. You know, Galvez especially, I think she's really doing a good job. And North is doing the best they can defensively, trying to be as physical as possible. But the game doesn't really allow for that, John. The rules.
No.
You know, and South's using their speed. But here's the other thing. They have North with 7 ground ball controls. I would love to know what South's are. It's got to be more than 7. Ground balls, again, the key to anything in lacrosse. And South is getting those 50-50 balls.
One thing the Titans have done pretty well is win the draw at midfield. Although they've been whistled for a few infractions, they've been able to, I mean, it amounts almost to a restart. They go down and draw a foul right off of the faceoff. Let's see if they can do it here. To begin the second half, 25 minutes up on the clock. The Panthers with a 7-4 lead and possession off of the second half draw. With it for the Panthers, number 8, Emily Colburn, forced wide to the right and scores. Right off of the opening draw, Emily Colburn takes it down the field and expands South's lead to 4.
Yeah.
8-4, the Panthers
and
up
the
on
other
top.
thing, too, is the draws. I mean, South is controlling that. They're doing all the things, the little things you need to do in a lacrosse game, John, to take control of it, and they just did right there.
I jinxed North by saying they had a pretty good handle on the 50-yard line draws.
No, they haven't.
No?
Not lately. In fact,
Not lately, anyway.
In fact, Chloe Audesi switched and had Danielle Upton take the draws.
Right, I noticed that, to try something different.
Right, exactly, and it worked. They got the draw, and then they lost it on a ground ball.
Danielle Upton.
See, a ground ball, and
wins
they're lucky.
that one.
They got that one.
Yep, they got the bounce. Downfield come the Titans trying to get a goal. They've surrendered 4 in a row unanswered.
And see a loose ball right there. She dropped it. Unforced mistake. And they're going to blow the whistle. I think there's probably a push on South. No, it's going to be North's ball. North's possession, evidently. I mean, South's possession. So on the turn, no, not on the restart, on the turnover. Turnover by North. Unforced error. She dropped the ball, and the Panthers, with something that we've seen pretty familiar in the last 10 minutes of this game, is a purple uniform carrying the ball.
They've got all kinds of momentum now, and the ball. Kirsten McIntyre with it.
See, look at that. McIntyre with the long stick, able to grab that ball very quickly.
Whistle.
They must go through so many practice drills on ground ball pickups.
Right.
And the thing is,
such a big part of the game.
Right. And, you know, I did the Girton-Pinkerton game the other day, and the boys, and it was such a different game because, A, it was a boys' game, but B, it was on grass and not turf. So there was no give to the ball at all, no bounce.
Wow. That was the game of the year, wasn't it?
It always is.
Yep. couple of undefeated teams going at it, and BG comes out on top. Maybe a playoff preview. Maybe a championship
McIntyre,
preview.
oh, great position.
Another goal from McIntyre.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's no way she could miss that shot. Great position, no one in front of her. She had it clear. This is not going the Titans' way.
No, it's turning into a bit of a rout here, thanks largely to that player, Kirsten McIntyre, number 20. I've got her for 5 goals at this point. Looks like she was looking to the sideline to Coach Kiki McIntyre and her assistant. I don't know what you'd say to her except keep doing what you're doing.
Okay.
So South dominant right now since late in the first half, the beginning of the second half. Nothing but goals and good defense. And this one whistled. So they're going to have a redo. At midfield. Ball wrestled away from both of the players in midfield, and Danielle Upton scoops the loose ball. A much-needed win of a loose ball by the Titans as they go off to the races into the offensive zone. This is Campbell Haller, who's got 2 for the Titans, looking for that hat trick. Circling. Campbell Haller still has it. Forced wide. Good pass in the middle. Defenders stepped up, though, and double-teamed the recipient of that
But here's
pass.
the thing. The one thing I noticed on both teams, their goalies are very active in the defensive play, not sitting back waiting for a shot. They're very active going after loose balls in front, trying to cover the defenders, doing a lot of that. They're both goalies.
Number 22, Kylie O'Brien of the Titans got whistled for some body contact there on Emma Pusillo, who had possession, and Emma's pass goes astray. Contact made by Panthers number 8, Emily Colburn, so the Titans will retain possession. Kylie Bronius, number 11, nobody between her and the goal until now. She passes it to Danielle Upton. Danielle cruising down the middle.
Yeah, they need to get Upton going. She's got 1 goal. Look at that. Look at the double team by Nashua South. They're all over Upton when she's got it.
Even a triple team. It was a wall of purple. Julia Gagnon forced wide to the right. Good defense by the Panthers when they don't have the ball. Life difficult for the Titans on offense.
There's the loose ball and the pickup and the turnover again.
And just sprinting to daylight before she got fouled on the way to.
Yeah, it's probably a whistle that South probably didn't want to
No, she saw nothing but 40 yards of green turf in front of her for South. That was number 12, Emma Pusillo. But she has to stop. It's almost like that game, a stoplight when you were a kid. Pusillo's going to pass it now. And Laura Galvez-Lobo, who's got that great sprinter speed.
I played that game last week. I do it all the time.
Stoplight. Oh, what a one-timer. Laura Galvez-Lobo finds Callie Goulet, number 3, with the one-touch pass and a shot for the goal. And a double-digit score now, 10-4 for the Panthers. They have scored 6 unanswered since late in the first half, and they have the Titans on their heels.
Incredible. Incredible. They've just taken over this game. They're doing all the things right you need to do to be victorious in lacrosse.
20 minutes into the game, I would not have predicted that this would happen. It was seen to be a back-and-forth seesaw game, and then the Panthers just found the formula. Offense and defense clicking for the team in purple as they.
And look at that, another draw and another possession.
Yep. Deep it goes, and a whistle before it gets to Kirsten McIntyre. Saw some kind of interference maybe called against the Titans away from the ball. I'm not sure everybody has to get out of the way of the ball carrier because the foul was back here. So there is no clear path to the net here at first.
It's like an indirect kick in soccer, John.
Emma Pusillo, yeah. Laura Galvez-Lovo, always a threat to make a burst toward the net and just kind of fire it. There's a pass and a bounce pass goal.
Again, same combo.
Laura Galvez-Lovo finds Callie Goulet.
7-3.
7-3, and it is a 7-goal lead. 11-4 for the Panthers. So figuring prominently here in the scoring in the second half, Callie Goulet gets into that combo of Laura Galvez-Lovo and Kirsten McIntyre. Meanwhile, the Titans scores have gone cold. Just over 20 minutes to go in the contest. Less running time than I expected, Tom.
No, well, no. You know what? You know what cuts the running time down is the scoring.
Oh, true. But they're whistling, the clock freezes on balls that go behind the goal.
No, not usually.
Yeah, and this one it has. I've noticed. We have some, in the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs, that's encouraged and allowed. But you cannot body the attacker away in girls lacrosse, and hence the whistle. And a good opportunity here for the Titans to score a goal. First one in a while. Sprint, and again, double team body contact. So the Titans doing a good job of forcing the issue here. And it's going to amount to just what looks like a penalty shot for the Titans, Campbell Holler.
They've got to make the most of this and stop this string of 7 unanswered goals.
Yes. Campbell Holler looking for the hat trick. Gets it.
Yep.
Up top to the right. Great field position, and she takes advantage. And the string of unanswered goals snapped at 7. 11-5. The Titans trying to make a game of it. There's still a lot of minutes left, but they're going to have to do a complete reversal of the momentum. And that would mean winning some faceoffs here at midfield. For South, number 10 is Elizabeth Harrington. And I think that's Campbell Holler for the Titans on the far side. Whistle, it is, and looks like they're going to redo it. We have infraction against the Panthers.
And it'll be Titan possession on the draw infraction.
Campbell Holler knows what to do with it. She's charging down the field.
So this is what North needs. They need possessions, and they can't turn the ball over. They've either turned the ball, lost draws, turned the ball over, lost ground balls. And then they finally got one where they were able to come right down the field, set something up, got a whistle, got a restart, and got a goal.
Definitely.
Look at that defense. Look at that smothering defense in the corner.
They are finding the limits of the officials as far as body contact, South, in
I commented
defense.
To Lisa Gingras, the officials seem to be giving a little bit more leeway this year in girls lacrosse. It's a lot more
physical
contact and physical than it has been in past years.
Splitting the double team, nice job. And apparently too much physicality in splitting the double team because they give the ball to the defense. And Abigail Rowe walking away from her cage with the long throw all the way to the 50-yard line and completed it after a momentary bobble. Isabella Bolduck, number 22, charging down the middle. Isabella gets Teresa Ellison.
Oh,
inside
nice
and a goal. Almost like she was surprised that she was able to do it so nicely on the recipient, receiving the pass, and then the turnaround shot. Number you got there, Tom?
10.
10 for South.
That'd be Elizabeth Harrington with the goal.
Maybe her first. Nicely done. From Elizabeth Bolduck.
And they get it right back.
Oh, Isabella Bolduck, sorry, with the assist. Yeah, they do. They didn't waste any time. Back to a 7-goal lead for the Panthers with 17 minutes And 49 seconds left to go in this Thursday night Battle of the Bridge contest. Titans scooping up the loose ball. Kaylee Hubbard had some position. And will resume with possession, 22 yards out. Titans cannot be content to even trade goals. They need a big run here to get back into this game, down by 7. Kaylee Hubbard, kind of like good sportsmanship, waiting for the Panther player to get up off the turf. Hopefully Emily Colburn's okay. Number 8, she stays out there. Spin move.
Nice move. But again, another bobble, loose ball, and South's got it.
Yeah.
Turnover.
Kind of a slash on the stick, I thought, rather than just losing possession, but they let it go. And the Panthers avoiding another scoring opportunity for
Either
North.
way, John, when the Titans, when that ball hits the turf.
Got to go for it. Got to get there.
Well, when
right?
that ball hits the turf, it's 75% purple ball.
Yeah, it is.
Seems
It has
that way.
been. Loose ball. Let's see who gets this one. The Titans desperately need to
see,
come
there
up
it
with
is, the physical part of the game.
Yeah.
Player hits the deck, no whistle, they keep playing.
Slow to get up, Kirsten McIntyre bore the brunt of that hit. And here come the Titans. Sprinting downfield, Hannah Fortin. Double teamed, forced wide and behind the goal. Good defense there by South's Michelle Ramirez, and in front, save made again, Abby Rowe. So good in goal for the Panthers. Her defenders have helped her out, but she's come up with some amazing saves. Keep it a 5-goal game, only 5 goals for the Titans, a dozen for the Panthers. Inside, shot goes wide to the right. Kirsten McIntyre will track it down.
And now the sun is a factor for us.
15:30 to go in the second half in the contest. Teresa Ellison has it. Sprinting near side. Taking some cross checks for her trouble as she comes down the field, and she's able to find teammate Campbell Holler. Holler gaining ground.
Oh, she's got a clear path if she can get the shot off quick enough, but she can't do it.
Ran out of gas a little bit, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
50-yard sprint in the middle of a game, no easy
Gotta
task.
be able to run in girls lacrosse.
Yes, warm evening. Coming up against the stick check, draws the foul, and she will be awarded position on the defender. Closer to the goal, Campbell Holler with it. See what she does. She tries to split the defenders with a sprint here and try to dump it over Abby Rowe. They close
Nice
fast.
pass and a save by Rowe.
Wow. From
Big
as close as
save.
you can get.
Rowe got the stick in perfect position.
Kaylee Hubbard absolutely robbed by Abby Rowe. Was just a step away.
Yeah,
Here's this one,
right
and
here.
whistle before the shot.
Yep. Shot hit the post too, so it was wide. Clock continues to run. 14-11 left to go in the game, and a free restart for North.
Kylie O'Brien again. Abby Rowe.
Now, I think the shot didn't get to Rowe. I think it just got into the clump of players in front.
Maybe.
Yep. That ball was picked up at the 10-yard line,
I
John.
lost track of it. I thought it might have been saved by Rowe.
Don't think she did.
Rebounded. Here come the Panthers again, and now a nice
Yes,
save
it
on
is.
the other end.
No doubt about it.
2 goaltenders suited up for North. Number 52, Zoe Philibrown, started the game, Tom. They also have number 51 in goalie equipment, Samantha Canto. I'm not sure.
Oh, Philibrown's the goalie.
She's
John.
still there. Yeah.
Yep.
And here come the Panthers with possession and with a
She's
7-goal
been their
lead.
goalie all year long.
Good sprint. Gaining ground was Olivia Kingston inside. Maneuvering, shot, loose ball. They're going to award a free
A restart.
Yeah.
South hasn't had too many of those, to be honest with you.
Elizabeth Harrington.
Yep.
Dead center. Against Zoe Philibrown. Shoots, scores.
Got it. What she did, Philip Brown gambled and came out, had the stick up. Harrington got it to the side of the stick. Nothing but air in between the ball and the goal.
Maybe coming out a little bit too far there was Zoe, and a nice job by Elizabeth Harrington coming up with the 6th goal of the game for North. I don't think they've put it up yet.
13-5.
Oh, it is 5? That was the 5th goal?
South's goal.
Was it the first goal of the second half?
John, that was South that's just scored.
Oh, South scored. I'm sorry.
South scored.
Lost track.
Harrington, 13-5, 12:50 left to go in the game.
South continues to pile it up.
It's all right, John.
It's like, where's that goal for the Titans? No.
You'll get there when we do the rematch.
I need more sleep before the boys' baseball game tomorrow.
You working tonight?
No, I just came off one. And
the boys' baseball game should be a very interesting game.
North South at Holman Stadium.
Yeah, at Holman Stadium. A lot of pomp and circumstance before the game. A lot of festive stuff. Eighth graders are going to sing. The 8th grade chorus will sing.
Wow.
8th grade players will be on the field, introduced with the players. There'll be a lot of pregame stuff going on.
On a Friday, May the 4th be with you.
And I'm thinking
that one's saved.
The pitching matchup will be Hunter Ruthier for Nashua South against C.J. Barrett, Nashua North's ace. And Ruthier, who picked up the win the last time the two teams played each other, which was a week ago.
Rematch now.
As a text from the Nashua South baseball Twitter feed said, where else would you rather be?
Kirsten McIntyre with it. Spin move. See if she shoots it.
You know, if I'm South right now, I start to milk that clock. It's 11:29 left to go in the game. The clock is your really good friend right now. I'd like to
look at these scores. Does anybody ever milk the clock? I mean, 17-7.
I saw Girton, if it's a close game, I saw Girton do it earlier in the week in boys.
Yeah.
But I think, they had the infraction.
That was strategic.
Turnover.
That was a close game, right? You talking about the Pinkerton game?
Yep. But I think it should be strategic here too.
Right. The Titans with it. Trying to come up with their 6th goal. They got 1 goal here in the second half. There's an errant pass, loose ball, scooped up by the Titans. That's number 7, Jordan McKinney, who has it. Jordan McKinney with one of her rare touches today. Running into a double team. She's a senior. Restart. Breaks to her right and will take it back out. Danielle Upton with it. Circling to the right, looking for an opening. Got hit from behind, it looked like.
Look at that. Galvez has been so potent on offense. He's on defense right now.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the whistle and the call, well, unfortunately for South, it'll go to Upton with a free shot and another whistle.
Somebody got a piece of Danielle after the restart.
So she'll start again from the 8-yard line.
Another defender gets put behind her, increasing her.
Let's see what Abby Rowe can do here, or if she can do anything.
Surprised she didn't shoot it. Instead,
she will there. She had an open net and missed it.
To the right. Frustration in the second half for the Titans. They just about traded goals with South through the first 15-20 minutes of the game, and then the Panthers with a big surge to where they are now with an 8-goal lead, up 13-5. McKinney. Jordan.
Galvez doing a great job shadowing her.
Little stick work
and the
there.
Save. Look at that. That's just
picking it right out of the air.
Yeah,
Abby
no
Rowe.
doubt about it. But the Galvez forced a higher, the stick to go up higher than than the Titans wanted it to be, and it went right into Rowe's basket. And we are
and I don't blame
under 10 to play, or it's 8:49 left to go in the game.
I don't blame Laura Galvez-Lobo for doing what she could do to stop that potential goal-scoring chance, but I'm surprised they didn't whistle it with the stick work. That one they almost let go, and
now there was no contact. There was no contact on the stick work, John. It was clearly just shadowing. Okay. It was a really good job of doing that. If there was contact on the stick,
at least glove to glove,
the ball might have ball would have probably popped out. Here's a chance right here for South, and they get it.
Ripping one up in the top of the goal, number 8 for South is Emily Colburn.
I think the outcome has already been decided here, don't you?
Freshman, yeah, I agree.
8:12 to go, and it's a 9-goal game.
Yeah, you'd be asking North to triple their score in the last 8 minutes. Not likely. Timeout on the field. Thicker cloud cover here moving in for the boys game. They'll be putting the lights on as we are still in early May, so it's not going to be sunny till 8:30 tonight, but it's definitely staying lighter later here in Greater Nashua. As we look in on the teams, North's coach Chloe Audess, South's coach Kiki McIntyre. Kiki's got to be pretty happy with how her team has performed for most of this game. She might even be telling the troops something along the lines of what you said. You know, no need to try to go right for a goal every time you get possession. Take some time off the clock. Milk it a little bit.
But I'd be interested to know what Chloe Audess's opinion is of what changed in this game for her team.
Yeah, I'd be asking her that question. You know what hasn't changed in boys and girls lacrosse in New Hampshire? The champions of last year, Bishop Girton for the boys and Souhegan for the girls, back on top in the standings and both undefeated. Favorites to repeat in their respective leagues. Bishop Girton, as Tom mentioned, with a 13-11 win at Pinkerton on April 30th, a rematch of their 2017 final, the score of which I forget. But
I don't know. I didn't know the score. I mean, but all I know is the funny thing about that rivalry is in the last 3 years, whoever has won the regular season game was lost in the finals.
Almost like what's going on in the Stanley Cup. You win against your rival, you lose against your rival, and almost the anger.
It's not the same.
No?
No.
I mean,
you have 3 or 4 weeks between.
Well, that's
a month
the
or
thing,
five weeks in between again. It's not the same. If they played each other in a series in a short amount of time, you could compare, but it's not the same.
Like
you rematch and you plan and you have film and you gear yourself toward it over that time of 5 weeks, but it's really not the same as back and forth in a Stanley Cup series. Shot that one down on you, didn't I?
Well, I still think there's something to the psychology of losing to your rival, even with a couple months in between, because.
Well, there is, because you basically have, you.
Well, the team that wins goes in and says, we got to do the same thing we did before.
Right, and the
other team makes adjustments.
Right, and they're prepared for what the other team did before. But it's not going to be the same type of game when they play each other, as we expect they will.
Injuries.
Now, let me finish. It's not going to be the same type of game because it's going to be played at Bill Ball Stadium on field turf.
Right.
The game at Pinkerton on grass is a much different deal.
Who did that help? Did that help Pinkerton or that?
I think it clearly helps the team that's home, which is Pinkerton.
Yeah, Pinkerton, right.
And Girton, as Brian
show on turf.
Yes, exactly. You got it. And as Brian Cameron said to me after the game, the Girton senior, it's not pretty lacrosse when we had to stall, but we really needed to do that, to get the win. Here's a restart, a chance for a goal, and then the Titans get it.
Campbell Haller's got her hat trick. Number 15 for the Titans goes right down the middle with that shot in the middle of the net up top. 7:42 remaining, and 6th goal of the game for North. So it's a 14-6 contest now.
You're right. The clouds have thickened.
Yeah, no problem. It's just like,
Sure.
along the lines of what you were saying, the game mostly decided. I just wanted to sneak a peek and see if either coach had decided to change out the goaltender. And the answer is no. Both Zoe Philibrown for North and
Abby Rowe.
Abby Rowe still in there. Daniel Upton has it, circling. Straight down the middle. Has a shadow there, and that was one of the biggest hits of the game right there.
There's not supposed to be any hits in the
Yeah.
game. That's the point.
Inadvertent, huh?
You know, that is the point this year. There's a lot more bodies hitting the turf.
Danielle shakes it off, is back to her feet. Forced wide to the right. Looking for an opening. To her left now.
See, and there's a stick and a shot.
Going low.
Nice low shot. Assist from Upton.
Campbell Haller with yet another goal for the Titans. That's 4 for her. At least. 7:03 remaining. A flurry here from the Titans as they try to get up to double digits maybe.
Well, it's a half lead. It's 14-7. They've cut the game in half.
Yeah.
So let's see if they can make a little bit of a push here. That's why, John, I think it's time for South to start milking the time. And let's see if they do that with this possession now as they get the all-important draw.
During the most of the game, they've
They're not.
been
They're gonna
answering
go right
scores,
for it
and
and
they
get
do.
it.
Made that look easy. Believe it was.
I believe it was 10, yes.
Yeah, 10 for South is Elizabeth Harrington with another goal and a nice assist there, carrying the load for most of the way down the field.
Backbreaker.
Yeah. It might have been Michelle Ramirez.
6:51 to play. It's a 15-7 lead for Nashua South.
No, it was number 13 with the big assist, Sarah Signorello. South going right back on offense here. Up by 8 goals. Now circling a little bit. 6.5 minutes to go. Wide to the right goes Hannah Dumaine. Hannah forced into the near corner. Sarah Signorello, who has set up a lot of goals this evening. Elizabeth
Now,
Harrington.
see now, without the quick move downfield, now maybe they can take some time. Nope, they're going to go for the shot.
Elizabeth Harrington has found her magic formula, where she just kind of lurks and circles and makes a sprint down the middle and fires it over the shoulder, bounce shot into the goal. 16-7, South is up on the Elizabeth Harrington score.
Something definitely changed in this game, you know, in the latter stages of the first half.
South asserted themselves offensively, and North had no answer.
It was a 4-4 game, and all of a sudden, 1-2-3.
Panthers with it again off of the midfield draw. Elizabeth Harrington trying to hand it off to Callie Goulet, who's in the corner, being defended by Kylie Bronius. Callie Goulet nearing the goal is forced up top. Sarah Signorello crisscrossing, trying to feed it inside. Loose ball. He's going to scoop it up. Panthers win another loose ball. Signorello fires it Intercepted by the goalie.
But tipped and back to South, and a chance for a goal, and they get it.
Kirsten McIntyre puts another one up. 17-7. McIntyre's got about 6. She might have a double hat trick at this point. 5 minutes to go. It is running time. 17-7. Biggest lead of the game for
And now it's
South.
running time with a 10-goal lead. They do not stop the clock.
For anything. So after this, North is scheduled to play Bedford on, let's see, 4 days from now. That would be, was that Tuesday? I think Tuesday of next week, and that's here at Stellos. Bedford, as you imagine, is good in another sport, and that's girls lacrosse. Oh, I think one of the players took a stick to the face there, but they're going to let this play on because it is in the Titans' possession anyway. So hopefully Hannah Campbell is okay. Campbell Holler took the stick to the face in the draw, but Daniel Upton had possession, so the officials let him play on. And a restart here for the Titans. Good field position. Upton fakes
Nice
right
dodge.
and scores.
Upton.
Daniel Upton.
3:35.
Of course, before the game started, the Titans were hoping to see a lot more of that. 17-8. South's next game after this will be
Now
at
they
Salem.
did stop the clock,
Oh, they did after a goal.
which they didn't do before. So I wonder if the
Because
referees will
it's
adjust the
9
time.
again.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's it. Must be.
Huh.
Cut it down to 9, so they
Yep.
keep it, go back to stoppage.
Yeah, South's got a pretty good break coming up here. 5 days. They play next Wednesday.
I'll tell you what, out of the 4 teams, North-South boys and girls, the team that probably has the best chance to be in the postseason is the team in purple here, the South girls.
South girls.
I don't
yeah.
think the other 3 may see a postseason berth. That's my own thought. I don't know. But they have the best shot.
Yeah, they seem to be better than their record in this. You
Yeah,
wonder
they
why their
came in-
record isn't better.
Came in at 3-6,
Yeah.
only 4-6. So they've lost to some tough teams too. They've played the tough schedule. We have a free start with 3:02 to play.
And winding up and firing, saved by Abigail Rowe.
Yep.
She almost read the fact that it was going to be a low shot. So a nice save by the Panther goaltender to preserve a 9-goal lead with 2.5 minutes left, and twisting away from the attackers. Nicely done. South gets the ball out of their own end and into the offensive zone once again. Good sprint put on here by Tara Saliani, number 23. Tara twisting and turning. Passes it off to Elizabeth Harrington, and Lara Galvez-Lovo has it 20 yards out. Sprints to the right. Eludes a defender. Lost the handle. Whistle as Zoe Philibrown was gaining possession. It has to give it up. They call an infraction against the defense. And Laura Galvez-Lovo has a great opportunity for South's 18th goal, what would be. Instead, she'll back it out. Under 2 minutes to go. Sarah Signorello crisscrossing with Tara Saliani. Inside and dropping it over the goaltender's shoulder. Tara Saliani with a nice assist and another goal for Elizabeth Harrington, who's gotten a hat trick all within about 5 to 10 minutes of play here in the second half. Coming on very strong on offense for the Panthers. Number 10, Elizabeth Harrington. Coming off the field for a breather 13. Sarah Signorello gets a high five, well deserved. She's played a great game, setting up a ton of goals, and will play out the last 1 minute of play here after this draw, as it's back to a 10-goal lead and clock is running. 10-goal lead in favor of the Panthers. Here comes Campbell Holler. Handed it off and kind of getting bounced around like a pinball in there was Kaylee Hubbard. She'll get an opportunity to shoot here from about 12 yards out when the whistle blows. 35 seconds to go. Kaylee Hubbard's shot is in. 9th goal of the game for the Titans, and that freezes the clock as the 10-goal difference no longer in effect. 18-9 the score. 31 seconds left to go in the contest. South coming off of a game yesterday. Didn't look worn down at all in this one. They played Merrimack yesterday. Here comes the Titans looking for what would be double digits. Goal number 10. There's a whistle and a reset with 19.5 seconds to go. And because it's not running time, Campbell Holler will have an opportunity to get this shot off and make the score quite respectable. 18-9 and goes low. Abby Rowe got the stick down and made the save. 10 seconds left to go in the game. And those 10 seconds are probably going to lapse with the ball in the Panthers' possession. Out of bounds it goes. 7 seconds left, or is that 7/10? 7/10. Congratulations to the girls from Nashua High South as they finish out an 18-9 victory in the Battle of the Bridge girls lacrosse game versus Nashua North. South showing the ability to possibly make a playoff run here in 2018. We'll see how it goes. And the Titans will have to try to regroup. For Tom King, cameraman Tim O'Neill, and our executive producer Pete Johnson, I'm John Collins. Thanking you for watching girls lacrosse here at Stellos Stadium